its enhanced productivity and increased efficiency in process technology. Hello everyone, my name is Ali Shahzan and I am pursuing my BTech from Zakir Hussain College of Engineering and Technology, Aligarh Muslim University. And we are here today to give a short demonstration of the project that we have developed in a newly established Industrial Automation Lab at the Department of Electrical Engineering. This project was supported under TechWIC 2 by Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, National Project Implementation Unit and the World Bank. This is the project overview of what the slides and what my project contains. Basically, my project involves the automation of a reaction vessel. Let me introduce you to the concept of a reaction vessel and its functionalities. The reaction vessel is essentially the heart and soul of a chemical plant. All the processes and chemical reactions takes place in a reaction vessel. Thus, the control system of the reaction vessels should be designed such that the pressure and temperature conditions inside the reaction vessels are maintained. In case if any abnormal situation arrives, the actuators present must take prompt and necessary actions so as to eliminate these conditions. The abnormal conditions can be if the temperature goes low, heating and circulation should start. If the temperature is high, cooling and circulation should take place. Similarly, if the pressure is low, the circulation and heating should set in. And for example, if the temperature is high, which is a very dangerous situation for a reaction vessel, the reaction vessel should turn to alarm condition and a safety valve would set in. Now, moving on to the concept of automation. In the concept of automation, we have a reaction vessel. Additionally, we have a temperature sensor and a pressure sensor installed in the vessel. We have circulating tubes for circulating the water in these tubes. We have circulating pump and a heater and a cooler for cooling or heating purpose. All these hardware are interfaced to a common PLC. The PLC can be accessed through HMI screen or through a SCADA system. The PLC receives the digital data of temperature and pressure from temperature sensor and pressure sensor, processes it and produces actuating signals for circulating pump, heater or cooler for doing necessary actions. Now, moving on to the actual visualization. The steps of visualization involves part 1, creating the tags, creating the logic, testing and downloading the program to the PLC. Part 2 involves creating the logical connection between the HMI and the PLC, creating the screen, testing and downloading the HMI screen to the HMI hardware. Now let's see each of them one by one. The first part, here we come to the Siemens Total Integrated Automation TIA software. Here we have selected the PLC as S7300 with the actual CPU being 314 C2 PNDP. Now I'll show the device configuration. This is the actual model that we have selected. It is the Profinet. The IP addresses are shown. Next we come to the PLC tags or the PLC labels. The PLC tags are meticulously designed for having all the input conditions, all the output conditions and all the memory conditions. Next, based on these tags, we have created the program in main block and one subroutine. In the main block, the program is divided into 11 networks with each network entirely dedicated for each condition. All the conditions are dealt with. Here's the program. It shows the startup internal condition. Next is the start up to output, the temperature low condition, temperature high condition and so on. Because of the lack of time we cannot show you the program, but still I can just scroll down. For maneuvering the PLC from the HMI, we have also created the HMI subroutine where all the inputs to the HMI and to the PLC are given the memory conditions so that the program can be maneuvered from the HMI screen. Next task involves the downloading this program to the PLC. So here we go. I want to download the program. We can also test it on the simulator, but hence that directly we can download the program. Here I download the program. Okay, now we shift on to the Siemens WinCC software. Here also we have selected the available device, that is TP177B. Here we have created two screens, one is the start screen and one is the system screen. Let me show you each screen. This is the start screen. It gives the project information, it shows that it's project developed by Ali Shahzan, that's my name. And next is the system screen where some automations and some buttons are designed. Here also some tags are defined for proper maneuvering of the HMI screen. Let me show you the tags. Here it shows the water, temperature low, temperature high, and so many tags which are required for maneuvering in the HMI screen. The connections here is the logical connection with the PLC, and the acquisition cycle is kept to be 1 second. Next part is the downloading the WinCC program to the HMI screen. Here I download the program. It asks for the IP address. I put the IP address and I transfer the program. This is compiling project, and the program has been downloaded. Next we want to show you the simulation of the project. Okay. So we have downloaded the program and the screen is being downloaded. Now let's see how the project simulates. It is the start screen. It shows Industrial Automation Lab, AMU Aligarh and Automatic Reaction Vessel by Ali Shahzan, that's my name. Now let's navigate to the main screen. This is the main screen. Here is the reaction vessel, the circulating tubes, and these give the temperature and pressure data. If the temperature is high, this one will go red, and if it's low, this one will show green. Similarly, if the pressure is high, this one will show red, and if it's low, this one will show green. This screen is meticulously designed so that the operator knows what is going on in the plant. Actually, in hardware realization, the temperature and pressure data will come from the sensors. But for simulation purpose, I have made these buttons which will simulate the respective conditions. The temperature low, temperature high, pressure low and pressure high. Okay, let me start. If I press the start button, the reaction vessel turns orange, signifying startup. Now I start simulating conditions. I press temperature low. It shows the tubes have become orange and water has started in the circulating tubes. This means heating and circulation is taking place. Now if I want to revert this condition, I reset this and I set temperature OK, pressure OK. The reaction vessel turns to green, which means that the reaction vessel has reached a normal condition. I reset these. If I now put on temperature high, the tubes behind turn blue and water has started circulating in the tubes, which means cooling and circulation is going on. Now I reset this. Now if I want to test the pressure low condition, I'll select pressure low. The pressure low, the heating and circulating has started, and additionally the reaction vessel has turned up to the startup condition, which was an added condition. Now I want this to revert back. The condition are normal operating condition. Now we come to the most important condition for a reaction vessel, that is the pressure high condition, which is also the alarm condition. If I put pressure high, the reaction vessel will change to alarm condition and an additional safety valve will set in. Now let's see. If I put pressure high, this is the red, means signifying alarm, and the pressure vessel has set in, and also additionally the cooling and circulating has taken place. Now if I want to normalize this condition, I can only do this if I trigger the alarm button or I switch off the system. So for this I'll trigger the alarm. As soon as I trigger the alarm, the reaction vessel comes back to the normal startup condition. So this was all. If I want to shut the system off, I'll directly do by clicking the stop button. Now as we come to the end of the project demonstration, I'd like to thank the Department of Electrical Engineering, Zakir Hussain College of Engineering and Technology and Aligarh Muslim University for providing us with the state-of-the-art lab for implementing these projects. I'd also extend my gratitude to ZMS Technologies for their untiring efforts throughout this journey from the inception to the culmination of projects. Lastly, I'd like to thank all the support staff, all the batchmates for always doing their